incentive to trade for him right now.
All right, so I want to talk a little bit about Coach Walton. You and I were both critical of him last season and the season before that. I know we both agree that to be a good team in this league, you can't have a lot of turnaround in the coaching staff and continuously be trading and moving guys and firing guys and hiring new ones. You need some consistency. And it was puzzling to think that when Monty took over, he didn't just wipe the slate and start with his guys. You know, I felt like it was kind of like, okay, we're going to try this year with Coach Walton, see what happens. He's not really my guy, but I don't want to make too many changes since I just got here. But now Luke's here again, another year. It's still early, so I know we're talking about a lot of these subjects prematurely.
Yeah.
But as a Kings fan, I feel like it's a lot of pain from the past. So you kind of see that opening up again and the same things happening. So what are your thoughts on Coach Walton? Do you think he'll make it through the rest of the season? Do you think there's some adjustments he can make that will help this team? And what are your just overall thoughts on him?
Well, like you said, it's still early. You know, I'm not ready to – we were pretty harsh on Luke Walton at times last year. We felt like maybe he should have been on his way out, and we even talked about the fact that we were surprised to see him even start the year last year as the Kings head coach, like you mentioned, with a new front office. I'm not ready to shut the door on it yet. And look, I mean, let's be honest about the situation. They're 1-2. The Kings could go on a 4 or 5 game win streak after this, and we're not talking about Coach Walton getting fired anymore. That's just the nature of this business. I think that the expectations for the Kings are starting to grow and grow every year, especially as they get more of these, or they hit on more of these first-round draft picks like they have the last 2 years. People are frustrated. They want this playoff drought to end. So it's the way it is with any head coach in this league. The losses start to pile up. His seat's going to get hotter and hotter, and we're going to talk more and more about him being fired. But they start winning games, we don't have this conversation anymore. So,
yeah, and the players still seem to like him. They still seem to want to play for him. I have so many mixed feelings on Coach Walton. Two saying here in the comments, Kings are ranked 24th in team defense. Kings are averaging 110 points per game, and their opponents are averaging 116.
Yeah.
Second game in a row, the Kings kept their opponents under 120. They still lost the game. Seems to be an offensive problem right now.
Yeah, this is a team that scored a lot last year, and that back-to-back games of fewer than 108 points, right? 107 against Utah and 101 here against the Warriors. They're just not shooting that well right now overall as a team. That's the biggest thing to me. You know, they shot 22% from 3 against the Jazz. And again, what was it against the Warriors here? 33% as a team from 3.
And they're turning the ball over too much.
They're turning the ball over a lot. They're not hitting free throws, which is a familiar problem to have for this team.
The Warriors shot 11 more field goals than the Kings.
Yeah.
And they're shooting a better percentage. They're turning the ball over less. That's just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. They got more offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities. That leads to more field goal attempts.
It does. It does. All right. So we're going to jump into Davion Mitchell next. And then I want to talk a little bit about Fox, Haliburton, their tandem, how well they're playing together. And then I want to jump into Buddy and some trade scenarios. But before we do that, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back, guys.